Howdy, howdy. I might switch skin packs midway through. I haven't decided yet. I liked Hawk Girl in the show that I watched as a kid. I think it was Young Justice. I don't know how to get my other skin back, so for now it's going to be Hawk Girl, or I have one other. Let's see, here we go. Give me just 1 second, because I'm also kind of digging. That was a previous one I've made. But I'm also kind of digging little spy zombie. But either way, welcome, 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 welcome. Anyone who wants to come by, this is the Winddown. I might be playing something political on the cell phone, the pole man's television. But more than likely what you're going to be hearing is just light gray, just sort of, feel good shit right now. We're trying to wind down, gonna have a long day tomorrow. I gotta open, so around 6 o'clock my time south in Georgia, we'll be having it all gone off of here and go on to bed. Till then, I'm here with you fine folk and good people. How you doing, how you doing? If I don't notice you in chat, post it bold and I should see it. This one you're gonna likely get my responses a lot more in time, because while this is hardcore mode, the game is playing for keeps, but I'm more or less just sort of chilling. Alright, here we go. Like I said, also y'all, just to say, after 800, well not 800 yet, we're nearing it. But after this many videos, I still haven't quite grasped a good handle yet. So, I'm just sort of being myself, winding down, letting the day go by. And it has been a fairly good day. I gotta get with the nice ladies down at the Dollar General, as somebody has been kind enough to be donating food to the Wildcats, and that food will have run out by tomorrow. Good news is, if they can supply me with like a small bag, I should be getting paid here in just a few more days. About 2 to be specific. And I will be able to purchase some supplies then. I was actually going to try if I can find a decent GoPro camera or something that I can operate by just, click a button, swap it. On the far side of Carsville, the opposite side to this one, so it'd be traveling all new roads and such. I was thinking I could try to walk all the way to Tractor Supply and buy a big old giant bag of cat food for the stray beautiful animals. The challenge there, though, is I would then be carrying 80 plus pounds home. And that seems like it'd be quite the challenge. I'm gonna move this chest on outside, considering it would be several miles. I'm gonna go ahead and move this chest on outside. Alright. Coast to coast. I still can't believe that we live in a reality where Space Ghost Coast to Coast was more popular than the Space Ghost comic and show, which was more popular than Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It was more popular online than it ever was when it was actually like debuting and whatnot. It's so strange. Also, Space Ghost Coast to Coast knew nothing of Scientology. I always thought it was a play on Scientology. Then again, I could be wrong, considering I'm pulling from, like, magazine knowledge from back in the day. Also, been reading the Green Gorilla book. I got a couple more days left with it before I got to worry about getting it back to the main library. Stand by for that fun walking stream. But I was looking at composting and how to make wild beds, and thanks to that other video that, oops, I never shared that one on the stream yet. But you can use Amazon boxes or any good cardboard box to basically choke out your turf grass such, and then plant some native soils and native plants on top of that. And that would be a big benefit to your local populations of wildlife. And I feel once we start to rebuild our ecosystems, well then, friends, we'll start to see some real beautiful things. And remember, you don't need nobody's permission to do it. I mean, if you're going to be destroying the land under you, you kind of got to get someone's permission. But only if they see you. And look at our local politics as an example of how to be. It's a lot harder to take away something once you got it built than it is to build it. As I said, I cannot in any way suggest y'all do any kind of criminal activity. Heavens no, never. Not I, not you, never, chat. Be good people. Be good citizens. But remember, good citizens also serve the whole group. And like I said, don't vandalize, don't hurt nothing. But let's let nature try to take a grow. If you got something that'll decompose and you know it will, food waste, something like that, go ahead and just toss it somewhere out of sight, out of mind. Wait for it to be completely gone before you toss something else there. I'm not saying build refuse piles by any imagination. But, again, do it namelessly. Do it silently. To quote the Assassin's Creed, and hopefully nothing negative. Nothing negative ever use these kinds of quotes, right? But actually, if anyone's got a quote that like, oh no, actually this terrible group did it, then let me know, because we'll stop. But we move silently through the dark, but we serve the light. Basically, there is no glory in our chapter, friends. There is no reward at the end of a good job done, except that we know that we did the good fight and we put life where there was once not but death. Assuming Stephen King doesn't have a fall from glory as far as being a decent writer and all that, let us hope that, you know, we can all serve God and Ka and all that. Can you tell that the gunslinger got me through a lot of bullshit, and if Stephen King goes bad, it's going to be me being a Harry Potter kid? Oh, I'll put it down if it's something horrendous, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Stephen, be a good boy. You've written so much bullshit, and it was so iconic for so long. Don't fuck up now in your old age. I hope he doesn't, but y'all know Stephen King, if you've read horror novels and whatnot. The man's a little twisted. You don't write that many books and that many horrible situations without being a little twisted. Like I said, just this is the wind down. It's a sort of, unless someone comes in chat bringing something important, it's sort of a, you know, let's chill and have a nice time kind of time. We might talk politics, but, you know, nothing too heavy if we can avoid it in the wind down. Oh, another hot tip, because people are suspicious, and, you know, why not use the dead to serve the living if we can? Graveyards are a great place to build your little secret gardens in. Not for food, can't recommend trying that, that would be a bad idea. But for flowers for pollinators, for plants that we humans either can't or would not want to eat due to their either lack of flavor, too robust a woodsy flavor or whatever, but deers and rabbits and the like love them, anything like that. All I ask is to be responsible to your area, because not all of y'all are in the South, and don't use me as your homework. Please do your own homework. Find out what grows native in your area and plant what is native to you. Remember, we're not doing this for any kind of racist reason, but when it comes to, like, growing wildlife and whatnot, native is always best. Also, try to avoid introducing I was trying to think of a fun way to say it. I was going to go with creatures from the red, but then I thought, well, how many DC fans I got? So, try to avoid introducing animals, new animals to the environment, only because that's, one, I can't recommend it because I couldn't even tell you. That's a level of research you got to do, and most animals will just eventually wander back to their original territory, sort of thing. And if you're going to go trying to release animals, I would highly advise getting in touch with your local fish and game, because more than likely you can, you know, apprentice under them, learn a few things, and then take that knowledge and spread it free and wild around you. Remember, y'all, I'm not asking you to go above and beyond. I would never ask you to risk anything at all. Just throw me a like, a subscribe if you would, and above all else, help out somebody today. Be the reason somebody smiles. Don't lie to people, don't fill them with a false hope. We are in hell, folks, make no mistake. But try to help them have a less of a shitty day in hell. Let's all work together to try to bring a degree of positivity to a culture that is all too ready to be mean and assholeish to each other. I'm no Mr. Rogers, y'all. I haven't seen half of what he's seen. I'm not that level of positive, but I do believe that together we could do some real cool shit. And I think together we could be the difference that might just help save this world. What I'm saying is, in a whole motherfucking world of Frank Castles, be a Clark Kent. In a world of pissed off motherfuckers, be the one saying, hey, let's make peace too. It's a hard road to hoe, friends. I ain't gonna lie about it. I can't do it all the time. Y'all seen me, because like I said, I stand before you in all my hypocrisy and truth. All that I am, all that I do. And not to be melodramatic or nothing in that. It's just, you know, we is what we is, and we are what we are. And if you be lazy, well, that's fine too, friends. Do it the lazy way. Easy, lazy way you can do it is just help distribute food to the wild animals in your area, especially if you're in a cityscape. Also, tomorrow we will be doing a hangout at the closed store stream for a bit, and then we will be doing a walking home stream. Because tomorrow I have to do the opening, so I'll get off around 12 o'clock my time. I'm bringing the slop bucket with me, so I'll probably not bring... I'll bring the slop bucket, my alcohol bottle, or my rubbing alcohol bottle I should say. And I'll probably also bring my, probably a large water bottle with some flavoring of some kind in it, but still. That way on the walk home I'll be well hydrated. We'll check the weather report before we head in, or shortly after I get there. You know how it is sometimes. But that way I'll let y'all know ahead of time. Alright. Oh yes, on the other one, while we were at oh, I never uploaded those pictures from Ollie's, did I? But while we were at Ollie's the other day, Beater was kind enough to get me yet another coloring book to add to the collection of coloring books I'm working on. So once I get done with the witch coloring book, stand by, we might get the mushroom one by the roll of the dice. I typically roll a D&D style dice, compare how many coloring books I have at the moment, and that is the next one I start. Then I start working on each individual picture through that book until I run out of what I want to do or what I would be interested in doing. And I go ahead and I take the rest, put them in a folder, and I'll either dump them at the library or I will drop them off at work for the kids there. I've been wanting to, once the back to school sales start and I can snap up a bunch of real good deals, a wonderful ex of mine. And y'all, let me be clear when I talk about some of my exes on here. If I'm talking about my ex-wife, I'll talk about her. If I'm talking about my other exes, I'll either accidentally slip up and give you the name, but I won't ever give anyone his full name. And regardless of what I talk about, most of my exes and me, honestly, I'd be willing to say all my exes and me have a pretty good, I wouldn't say relationship. Some of us have never spoken again. But we left on good terms, I want to say. I ain't going to try to shit-talk nobody. And that's what I wanted to say when I was going on about my ex Patty, who taught me the wonder of, even though we'd never had children, she always wanted them. Sadly, I don't believe she has any. Once we get to a better place, we might, you know, eventually meet up again and adopt. Because in our country, it requires man and woman, and well, our country's going down a very silly, stupid path for a country with so many children in it needing love and families. But I personally think Patty would make a wonderful mother. And that's not just me saying something because, oh, he's, what is it the kids say? I would call it swooning, but y'all would call it thirsting. He's thirsting for her, whatever, I think is what kids would say. Either way, it's not. I genuinely hope her the best and wish her well. But we just, you know, different people, different times. And in this case, unfortunately, totally different sides of the U.S. But I wish her well, and even though we haven't heard from each other in several months now, I personally hope she's found a good man or a good lady if that's the way she decided to go in the end. But either way, she taught me the thrill of hitting up these stores right when the back-to-school sale hit, but wait until right after when it's over, because at that point, one, all the teachers have already hit most of the sales. Also, most of the students who can afford supplies have already picked up supplies. And then you can swoop in there and get like a paper-bound notebook for $1. Notebook that would have cost $4 the day before. I know, it's lame, y'all. I'm sorry. If you're under the age of like 20-something, I'm sure that what I'm talking about is a zero. I mean, big old goose egg, zero interest to you. But if you're a bit of an older kid, or, you know, you happen to write a bunch, or do D&D, or anything else, again, $1 notebooks, y'all, that's fucking cool, right? Especially if they're pretty sweet-looking notebooks. Also, crowns. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Crowns, colored papers and whatnot, or colored pencils and all that. If I can hit it at the right time, I was going to get a few supplies each and just get a little box together there at the restaurant to put behind the register. Again, I can play both sides of the fence on this one. Personally, it doesn't cost me anything. I like to not waste things, and if I'm staring at a picture that I got no idea how to color this and make it look good, I might as well just take my X-Acto, slice the picture out, put it in a folder, and take it to work. Then take some Crayola crowns and colored pencils and all that nonsense, and then when parents are sitting there with their kids and the parents are wanting to eat our food, kids can, you know, color a picture. I, of course, won't send Fangoria ones or anything like that, or if I do, I'll put them in 2 separate boxes. That way, you know, you ain't handing your 6-year-old a picture of a clown with their face cut off or nothing like that. Don't judge me, I've got that. I've got coloring books with cats that cuss. I am old. Variety. I am a butterfly of a person, y'all. Don't just hear this thick, robust country accent and think you can judge me based on that now. Though yes, I am from the South, born, raised, went to the North, loved the hell out of it, came home to help my granddad, got stuck in the mud pit that is the South. One day I might return to the North, but as I don't really have any found family left up there that I know of, no offense to anyone outside of Leah, who I haven't heard from in quite some time. Little sister, your brother misses you. I know the phone goes both ways, but Lord knows you a den mother to a bunch of kids, so I try not to bother you unless, you know. Let me be clear, if I get a chance, I will go visit my family, but, you know, I also don't want to ever be a burden on nobody. I wouldn't just pop out of the clear blue sky, especially not with the freaking state of the world being the way it is. I got no idea where that one was going. Welcome to the Winddown, you know. Sometimes trains just derail here. But yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. The whole what I'm going to do to help out, hopefully. Okay. Basically, the thought and the hope and the real dream here is I managed to get at least a decent box of colored pencils and a few dozen little folders to separate the color and pictures apart from each other. Again, that way I'll make very generic boy file, girl file, and then like animal file. That way you've got a variety of animals in there. And then again, colored pencils, crowns, all that nonsense. Worst come to worst, my coworkers end up having a good time and nobody else ever touches them. If that happens, then so be it. Who cares? I just want to help out where I can. And I remember as a kid, I got a great deal of joy out of going to poor folks, not because the Southern hospitality cooking, which is the same as Cracker Barrel, which was the same as Waffle House, which was, due to an unfortunate name they chose, why there's still a Cracker Barrel and a Waffle House, but no poor folks. Hello, hello, viewer. Hope you are doing well. But yeah, if I get the chance, I'm going to take coloring book and ideally stuff like that for the kids that eat at our restaurant. That way, I want to get enough of them. That way, if a family show up, they got enough for all the kids there. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I talk about, you know, Epstein files, political nonsense? Would that get me viewers? This is the Winddown, folks. We're here to talk about Winddown stuff. The world is burning outside. I would love to change that, but unfortunately, lacking any ability to do so, let's wind down a bit. Tomorrow's a long day, and we're going to pick up, well, being that I'm getting a ride in, I won't be picking up any trash, teardrop, sad face, but I will be feeding the animals on the ride home, assuming I can get any leftovers from work, which I likely will be able to, because knowing how that prep was left, we will have prep for the stuff done when I left, but we should be able to make a good bit for the animals. I just hope the dang fridge got fixed. What in the world am I listening to? Now we're safe here. Why we fall for monsters. 1 year ago from Princess Weeks. Weeks. W-E-E-K-E-S. I like her, but let's switch over to Hannah just because that was weird. Why not? We will help build her view count and watch Sovereign Citizen watch. We're about to be logging off here in about an hour or so anyway. But y'all have. I hope y'all been enjoying the stream. If you have, remember, do your part if you can. Every small part helps. Mother Earth is not demanding. She just asks for us to notice and help. Perhaps, if you get the chance, build you a few birdhouses is what the Green Gorilla books thing was, but being that the author of that book is from Paris and they're having a major sparrow shortage, I can't really recommend birdhouses, but again, check in. The local .gov sites are still running. Thankfully, most of them can run themselves, so even as the government gets its budgets massively cut, different sites will still be there to access. And if you check with your local library, they almost always have an arborist club or some sort of club you can get involved with. One day I will eventually make a way to get up, back and forth to the library with a good amount of ease, and if the good people don't mind, and if the clubs want to actually broadcast, I'll do a few shows from the clubs and talk to the members, and we'll try to drum up some more support. Because in the case of the Bartow County Library specifically, we have a very robust crochet club. Come and learn a skill that, in this case, I can tell you robots still cannot replicate or do to any degree or level. They can make up patterns that do absolutely nothing, but the magic that is taking a bit of yarn, taking a hook, and making unique knots, ChatGPT, AI, Elon Musk, and all those soulless robots, they just can't figure it out. It boggles the brain. Well, it boggles the circuit boards. Now that being said, while knitting is a wonderful hobby and a good thing to do, and if your grandmama taught you knitting, I will not in any way be throwing shade at you. But knitting, unfortunately, has been eaten up by the robot machines, has been eaten up by the AI and the algorithmic-based machines, and they can now knit. They still, to my knowledge, cannot crochet. So if you would like to go out and learn a hobby that the robots cannot steal from you, I highly recommend checking out the Bartow County Library Center. There are crochet clubs that meet there, I believe twice a month, but I have not been back since I checked out those books. The library is a wonderful resource, folks, and most of our good government resources are getting defunded or otherwise messed with. If you have the chance, you don't have to give them money, you can give them time, volunteer, help out where you can, do everything you can, because it's up to us, folks. We gotta be the change we want to see. Let's see what we can get up to now. I need to make another pick and smelt that other piece of iron. We also have fresh glass, which is nice. I want chiseled sandstone for over there. I should also need a space enough for a pick. Timing was just a little bit off. Alright. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. You know, that's a good message to have. And truthfully, as long as you're not like a fascist, I don't mind us disagreeing on things. We just need to keep it civil. If you're a fascist, you can kindly fuck off. Good at. I believe with that we can make a hay bale. Wait, no, what is that? Oh, plank. Do I not have enough for a hay bale? Do I have to... I need 9 for a hay bale. Okay, that's what it is. There we go. We've been going about 30 minutes. I realize it's been kind of dead silent. Sorry about that. Like I said, part of the wind down stream, unfortunately, is just that my goal is to let my brain sort of wind down into Minecraft, which is why I'm just sort of mining away, setting up the barrel, basic stuff. And, you know, I hope I'm putting on a show. It's not nearly as fast-paced and entertaining as, say, Saints Row. But that's not the goal of this one. This one's goal is quite simple. Wind down, chill out. It's time to have a good evening. The most hectic and scary thing about this one is that it is on hardcore mode. So if we die, we die. But such is life, is it not, friends? We all live on the razor's edge. I do hope Benito is doing well. He stopped by earlier. He went to mow lawns. I hope he is staying hydrated and, well, you know, taken care of. Surprisingly, even with all the rain we've been getting, we are still under a heat advisory here in Georgia. I do not know if that is where Benito is from, but I am sure that wherever he is, it is hot. So, hope he is doing well. Alrighty, and that should make that safe to dig out more. I hope at least. But alright. Let's put a few more gardens in over here now. This should be quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the one good thing about the desert outside of the surplus of glass. Hmm. Kind of scared to admit I'm starting to like this base a little bit more. Yeah, I got a carrot. Hello, hello, viewer. How are you doing? Anything you'd like to talk about today, feel free to bring it up in chat. This is the Winddown, so we try to make it pretty much just a chill little stream. This is just basic Minecraft on hardcore. Bye. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, hello, dear viewer. How are you doing today? This is the Wind Down streams. Ain't really much for me to say or talk about. I'm just sort of doing a little bit of chill building in here. If you'd like to talk about anything, feel free to. Well, y'all have a good day now. Like I said, y'all, sometimes I reckon I scare them off by being direct. Maybe it's the lack of something else, I don't know. I'm here for all of us, not really for myself. This is just a fun way to preserve all these little worlds, because I keep deleting them as I lose them. And each one I try to make a unique and pretty little build, even if it is very, very temporary. Let's see what it's all be. There we go. Here it is. Alright. Raise those just a little bit. Alrighty, y'all, we about approached the 1 hour mark, and I'm pretty wound down and tired myself. So we're probably gonna finish this last little build down area here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then we're gonna go ahead and sign off. First, let's try to connect this with the other side. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, y'all, with that pick breaking, I reckon we'll end for the evening. I hope y'all enjoyed this nice slow build of this nice military-esque base, I guess. I haven't really got it stocked up with nothing yet. It's mostly going to be just a big grow area. But we'll see how it ends up in the end. Let's see, I was going to start a new bit of tradition. Let us start with this guy. That'd all be fine. Ooh, scary. Nice. Well, that's what you look like after 52 days so far. And assuming I don't jump off in the wrong direction when we log back in, we will see y'all on the next one. Well, that's scary. Alright, y'all. Be good, and we'll see you next time. I really appreciate y'all sticking around. And y'all are the reason this gets done. I really appreciate y'all being here for the stream. And we will see you on the next one, where we take the dive and we do a nice little build up. Enjoy. Y'all be safe out there. And a shout out to Benito. I hope you get to check this stream in VODs later. Either way, y'all be good. And hopefully I remember which way to jump off this thing tomorrow. Endure and survive together. Good night, good night.